You know, we've talked about this. The President of the United States Congress has discussed stepping in and helping, discussing, whatever the right word is, college athletics. Everybody in college athletics, everybody that reports on college athletics, well, they all say the same thing. We need guardrails. We need some structure. We need somebody to lead it. And you know what? President Trump and his administration are deciding to take a stand and do something about it. President Trump is organizing a very high-profile roundtable at the White House to discuss the future of college athletics. These are serious people coming to a serious White House to get involved in a serious problem. We got chaos right now in college athletics. I think everybody would agree with that. I personally love it. I have no problem with it, but we do have chaos with a couple of things. One, name, image, and likeness seems to be, craziness. Basically, it's just simply pay for play. And the other thing, of course, is kids transferring ad nauseum. Eternal free agency. It's a wide range of big names that are coming to the White House. It's a wide range of college athletic leadership, business leaders, professional leaders, and I am here for it. Listen to some of the names: Urban Meyer, Nick Saban, Tiger Woods, Tim Tebow's, commissioners like the SEC's Greg Sankey, Big Ten's Tony Petitti, my guy Scotty Dolson from Indiana as an athletic director. There are a bunch of people, and when you have a bunch of people, you know what's going on. You got bitching. Well, why aren't there any current athletes? No. This is the time for serious people. This is not the time for DEI. This is not the time for groups. Well, we got to have a lesbian in there. No, you don't. Get the most serious people, whether you're black, white, green, purple, male, female, whatever, and get going on this. I heard so many, where are the current athletes? I don't want to hear from Fernando Mendoza on this. Go be happy guy, go be past guy, and figure it out. Tim Tebow, he was even more so than Fernando Mendoza. Now he's an adult, and he's outside the sport, and so he has a better perspective. Tiger Woods, greatest golfer of all time. There's your athletes. We don't need little 18 to 23-year-olds involved in this. There is nothing that they're going to say ever that provides anything interesting. But Fernando's mom, good, yes, great story, wonderful. Go over there, go play football. Let the adults get involved. Well, where's a lesbian? I don't care. Where's the African-American? Tiger Woods is there. You'll be all right. No. Serious people getting together to solve, discuss, figure out a serious problem. I think we're all done with the angry lesbian, aren't we? Aren't we done with groups? Maybe we're not. Maybe we have to be. But I think we are. If you are a serious person of a certain stature, get invited, go, and have a serious discussion. It is legitimately that simple. Period. Now, what's going to come out of it? I don't know. Here's what I say. I say enough of all these discussions. You saw yesterday, Hillary Clinton went in, did a closed-door deposition, and just lied. Just literally lied, and you knew she was going to do it. There's no question, but nothing's coming out of it. We see all these hearings where our guy John Kennedy or Ted Cruz or Josh Hawley pounds away at somebody, makes him look foolish, but nothing comes out of it. Here's my hope with this. I hope that when serious people get together, they can draw some serious conclusions and implement those however they come to those conclusions and however they decide they can implement those. The time for action is now. We've had enough. Well, let's discuss. Words are violence. Silence is guilt, or whatever the hell the stupid stuff is. Enough. Get people in a room and get going. Is this the beginning of real structure? I don't know. I don't know if this is the beginning of real structure. But I do know this. When you look at the list that I just gave you, what you have there are achievers. People that don't waste time. People that aren't frivolous. You've got billionaires, high-level coaches, great athletes, achievers, not talkers, not BSers, not social media darlings. And that's what you need to solve problems. The era of, well, we've got to have a black guy, we've got to have a lesbian, where's the woman? Shut up. This is too serious. We're at a crossroads right now with college athletics. So I applaud President Trump. I applaud all the men and women that are going to go to this. And I hope it's just not sit there with cameras around, taking pictures, looking, putting your glasses down here and looking pensive. No, get some stuff done. What is that stuff? Simple. One-time transfer in college athletics. One, you get one free one. After that, you're sitting out. Boom. Contracts for players. Contracts for players that have buyouts, legit buyouts, that are going to be upheld in court. There's an interesting case right there with this Brendan Sorsby who left Cincinnati. Cincinnati football is saying, yo, it's $1 million per our contract. We'll see where that is. Does it need to be unionized? Who knows? But sit there and figure it out. The transfer thing, I believe, is the most important. You can't have unlimited free agency every year. Now, people say, well, it's bad for the player. I don't care. Hey, look, you're given an opportunity to go to college. If you don't take advantage of that opportunity to get an education, you get whatever's coming down the pike. Not my concern. One transfer, we'll give it to you. We'll give in on that because it used to be if you transferred, you sat out a year. And people in the media, the angry lesbian and the people that aren't really involved, the DEI and all that groups, they don't understand that when you sat out that year, it was the best year of your collegiate life. At least that's what every single player that either transferred out or transferred in told me post-playing career. So that's my freaking answer. It doesn't seem that hard. The only problem is you got to figure out how to put language in where you won't get defeated in court. That's where smart people come in. If this is a photo op, shame on all of you. If something real gets done, boom. But we don't need the groups. We don't need, well, we got to have players, former players. Bite me. Go over there, former players. Throw, catch, run, hit, jump. Get out of here. Serious people and serious people only. You know, the American sporting public is given a big you know what. You know what they're given to the liberal, crazy-ass people with regards to the United States hockey team. Last night, Jack Hughes again gets a standing ovation, and I love to see it. While the angry lesbians of the world, the Megan Rapinos, are bitching, whining, and moaning, America is celebrating. America is like, let's have a party. Well, you know who wants to join in on that party? The big old stud, Paul Skenes, the pitcher for the Pittsburgh Pirates. And you know his hot little pain in the ass, take my clothes off, put my finger in my mouth, and show my ass girlfriend, what's her name, Dunn? You know her sorry ass is going to be sniffing around because, well, Paul Skenes is getting ready to pitch for the United States of America in the world, whatever they call it, games, in baseball. Skenes said this. I think Skenes is smart here. He read the tea leaves. He's probably all in on America anyway, but he saw what that little Hunter Hess did. How Hunter Hess, the skier that besmirched America, got told, good for you, Hunter. Go over there. While the USA hockey team is being celebrated, Hunter has to, well, I didn't mean it like that. Shut up. Skenes smart, all in. Inspired by Team USA. You know, the deal is simply this. He gave an answer that is going to infuriate the lunatics on the left when asked how excited he is to represent the United States in the World Baseball Classic. World Baseball Classic's kind of fun, actually. We're American. We've got to assert our dominance over everyone else. That's what we do. Oh, my God. Dominance, that's such a toxic masculine thing. Yes, it is. God made us this way. We didn't really have a hand in it, people. Here's Paul Skenes discussing USA dominance, baby.
Seeing what the men's hockey team did, does that kind of get you even more motivated, like even more excited to be in this type of situation?
Yeah, men's hockey, women's hockey, all the other, goals that we won in the Olympics. America. We got to assert our dominance over everybody else. That's what we do. So it's gonna be fun. You know, when I say wins, it's what we do. So gotta keep it going.
It's been a little over a decade.
That's right. We are the United States of America. We are the greatest nation in the history of the world. We help everybody, but when it comes to sports and wars, we're going to kick your ass. It's exactly what we're going to do. And if you don't like it, good. There's a corner. Go stand over there. Enjoy yourself. Have a great time. Bitch, whine, and moan. There you go. But anyway, the United States has a chance to take home a gold in hockey. In women's hockey, in the World Baseball Classic, parlay that into a summer where the country is hosting the World Cup. Yeah, that's what we got a chance to do. Let's go, soccer. Get your heads out of your ass, join the movement, and let's kick the living crap out of everybody. You're damn right. Side note, before I get to our call to action here, I went to the Pacer game last night. 95% white crowd, damn near 100% white sponsorship. The rich seats, all white people. If you're mad at that, good for you. There's the corner. But Stephen A. Smith and others saying, well, white people don't support the NBA. They came out last night. Pretty good crowd, damn good crowd, great crowd to see a bad team play a team that nobody really cares about, although it's a pretty good team, the Charlotte Hornets. No. I'm going to stay on this. Friend sent me the crowd from Miami. 99.99999% white. It's nonsense that Stephen A. Smith and others say white America doesn't support the NBA. It's lies, it's race baiting, and frankly, it's just dumb. Anyway, while you're here, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. It's Don't At Me with Dan Dakich. So you go to youtube.com @Don't At Me right there with Dan Dakich. By the way, somebody tried to put that picture up as an insult to me. Some little Kentucky fan. I'm like, that's one handsome bald-ass head. And I ain't mad at the fake teeth. Yeah, they all got knocked out 2 or 3 times. That's right. I'm a bad mamma jamma. But not next thing you know, I look at that head, and I'm like, that's a good-looking head. Put a little sun on that head, and shoot, you got Telly Savalas. Look at him up. I'm a passionate man. You can't bend down around me. That's right. Hey, we got it. Let's go to the comment section. And here's the deal. When you go to our YouTube page, when you make a comment, you know what? You'll see it. I'll read it. We like it. We ain't even mad if you're mad at me. We're that kind of good. We're not Chris Budden. We're not some of you angry lesbians or you liberal media where you get offended by everything. Not us. We're ready to rock and roll. Here it is from our conversation where Boomer Esiason doubled down on good. The usual suspects giving this is from Upson Pratt Jr. The usual suspects giving the United States team, I'm not swearing, for talking to the president is par for the course. It's old, worn-out news. Those people will most likely never be happy, but they especially won't be happy unless you think exactly like they do. That's exactly right. Groupthink. You know, Joe Rogan talks about it all the time. Didn't used to be that way. You know, I went my whole lifetime, and I pretty much stayed quiet on politics, but as I've gotten older, I've said, screw it. What do I got to lose? What, are you going to fire me? Good. Anyway, the truth of the matter is this. Groupthink sucks. It's not what we're built on. But that's what the angry lesbians of the world want you to do. That's what the LGTB, ABCDEFG crowd wants you to do. That's what the liberal media wants you to do. They want groupthink. Us conservatives over here, we're not like that. Frankly, we've taken it to the point where, I don't know, I'm a little sore back there. Now we're not. And America's waking up. How about the Clintons just going into a deposition and lying? America's waking up. Is that surprising to you? No, shouldn't be. But thank you for that, Upston Pratt Jr. You're right. Groupthink sucks. It's not what we signed up for. From our Stephen A. Smith discussion, Henry Bowman, 7921. Hey, Dan, I'm a 21-year-old black kid from the Twin Cities. Ever since I've come across your TikTok, September 2024, I've fallen in love with your show. You think exactly the same as the strong-minded men on both black and white side of the family. That's exactly right. I walked in yesterday. It's kind of weird. I was going to the Pacer game, and I got there early. I met my buddy Tom Jolly and his wife, and they're rich. So they got great seats right there, and you go into this club, and everything's free. All right. So we're meeting them for dinner in this courtside club. We go in, and Lee and I are walking in the parking garage that's attached, and there's 4 African-American dudes. And they go, yo, Dan Dakich. I go, used to be. And they go, keep speaking the truth. No kidding. Sometimes, if you listen to the clowns on Twitter or you listen to the clowns in the media, any truths are considered racist. Guy says to me often, well, I wonder what your black players think of you. They think I'm great. They think I'm honest. They know that I come from a place of sincerity and honesty. And I thank you. I do. I thank you very much, Henry Bowman, 7921, for at your young age, you understand that. There's nothing wrong with calling out black and white. There's nothing wrong with praising both black and white. Too many white people are scared to death. Nothing to be scared of, people. We're all great people. We all can take it. At least the men can. From Jay Billis on College Coaches Press Conference. Billis wants to rob us. This is from MDK 384. Billis wants to rob us of one of the most entertaining aspects of college basketball. The Mick Cronin presser. That's so on brand for Jay. Yeah, Jay's not about fun, really. Jay's about, well, I'm measuring your every word. And then there's an insecurity about him behind all that that's kind of cute. But anyway, I like Jay. But you're right. Don't deny us the modern-day Bob Knight press conference that is Mick Cronin. In fact, the beauty of Mick Cronin is you don't know whether you're going to get a ridiculous press conference, win or lose. Most people rooted for Coach Knight to lose so that they could see the presser, the show he puts on his weekly TV show, radio show as well. But Mick, you don't know. Jay, don't deny us. Don't criticize one of the great joys in college basketball, the Mick Cronin Screamathon.
The biggest night in college hoops
is coming back to Indianapolis.
One lucky fan and a guest straight into the building.
Flight covered.
Hotel
covered. Your 2 championship tickets
covered. Go to Outkick.com/sweepstakes.
Get in on all the action. Hey, this segment is sponsored by Outkick's Ultimate College Hoops Experience. Biggest night in college hoops is coming back to Indy. Outkick is sending one lucky fan and a guest straight into the building. We got you covered on an unforgettable experience. Flights covered. Hotel covered. 2 championship game tickets on Monday night covered. All you got to do is go to Outkick.com/sweepstakes and get in on the action. This is my favorite segment of the week. We haven't done it in a few weeks, and I've been sad. I carried into the weekend. It is called Shot Clock Violation with Danny Z and Jason Allen Hammer. Jason Allen Hammer, for those of you that don't know, is the number 1 afternoon drive time radio host in the history of the world. He's on 93.1 WRBC. And Danny Z is and has become the number 1 investigative reporter in the history of the world. You can read all his good stuff on Outkick.com, and he looks crabby today. He got his hair chopped down, he's got the beard going, and he's looking a little bit crabby today. Here's the deal. I ask a question, they give an answer. They got 30 seconds to do it. And then there will be rebuttals. There will be conversation. We have 5 questions. I'll determine a winner because I'm going to start doing that now. But anyway, that's as simple as I can make it. I flipped the coin. Hammer, you go first. Are the left-wing media outlets right to be upset that President Trump used, their words, not mine, Team USA men's hockey for a political moment? Or is it just another example of the left making a mountain over literally nothing?
I love that they're doing this. They're not doing it enough. You know why I say that? Because I'm a conservative voter. I'm somebody that usually votes on the right. So when these lunatics take all the attention away from the momentum they probably have during midterms to get the House back, steal a few Senate seats, when they're criticizing the biggest national heroes we've got right now in this country, Team USA hockey, it brings joy to my cold, dark heart. Trump said it best the other night on that State of the Union address. These people are crazy. They won't stand up for military heroes. They're criticizing our Olympic champions. Keep doing it. On behalf of conservatives, I don't think you're doing it enough. More Keith Olbermann, more Ilhan Omar, more The View. Let's go.
All right. Danny Z.
I mean, guys, nothing has proved the detachment from reality like this moment, because I went to the New Jersey Devils first game back, NHL, Jack Hughes returns to the ice. I have never heard an arena louder than the Prudential Center on Wednesday night. I mean, USA chants left and right, loud as hell. And when they introduced Mikey Sherrill, the Democratic governor, they booed so freaking loud, guys. Like, you could, the PA announcer was trying to make announcements. You couldn't even hear it. They booed that Democratic governor so loud. So this idea that America hates Trump, hates Republicans, hates America, hates this team, it is so foolish. I can't even explain it.
Yeah, and I'm with you, Hammer. Do more. Like, give more Elon. How crazy was that speech, and how crazy did she get, and how good was the cameraman? Because when he gave that speech and started talking about all the corruption in Minnesota, the cameraman immediately went over to Elon. When he was talking about transgender, it went over to that McBride lady. Good work by the producer and the director. All right. Is there a legitimacy to Stephen A. Smith's claims, Danny, that the NBA is being whitened under the guise of globalization? Or is he just inflaming culture war politics to stay relative, Danny?
This is, quite frankly, one of the most, I'm going to say it, retarded takes I've ever heard in my entire life, because there is absolutely no proof to this. In fact, we have shown time and time again that Americans support Black American athletic superstars over white foreign superstars time and time again. Americans love Americans. It would be way better if the NBA had Black American superstars leading the league, like someone like LeBron, although ideally with a little bit less of the left-wing politics, but you know what I mean. Jordan, LeBron, this league has always been driven by American superstars. Bringing over European players to dominate the NBA is terrible for business in this country.
What do you got, Hammer?
First of all, the back part of that statement, I don't think you can criticize Stephen A. Smith for trying to be relevant. He is relevant. I mean, the dude might be running for the presidency. So, like, he's one of the two faces of ESPN with McAfee. So I don't think he has to say this to stay, in the news cycle or whatnot. I think he actually believes this. But you look at the style of NBA basketball right now, it's kind of boring outside of the fact that, some of these dudes from Europe can play every position. I kind of like seeing everybody on the floor being able to hit a three, handle the ball, make good passes. I'd much rather see that than some of the stuff I saw like in the Pacers-Pistons brawl era.
I said this last night. I went to the Pacer game, and when I saw Stephen A. Smith say that, he's talking about globalization. One, that was, frankly, for money, and bringing China in was for money. But two, I always said this, the globalization of basketball gives kids hope across the world. They have open borders or borders in Africa basketball. That's how Pascal Siakam got here. And I looked yesterday at the Pacer game, and I'm like, okay, white America, he also said, doesn't support NBA basketball. I'm like, wait a second. Damn near 99% of the crowd was white. I looked up at all those sponsorships, white owned. Who do you think is watching these games? Who are the owners paying players? 53 of the top 60 paid players in the NBA are black. So my man says, hey, look, white people historically don't support the NBA. You can suck it. It's been a horse bleep product, and white people sat in those seats, those very expensive seats, and support the living hell out of it. So I think whether Stephen A. Smith, I agree, he doesn't need to be relevant, but he does need to be truthful, and he's full of shit because because he's catering. I got to put $1 in a swear jar. It's Lent. He's catering.
Do you think if Jokic
Kevin Durant
were
and all
black,
the other
he'd say the same thing? Do you think if Jokic of Denver were black, he'd say the same thing?
Well, there has been a Jokic. Hakeem Olajuwon wasn't exactly, from Middletown, Ohio. I mean, there have been global African-American players. Nobody said jack squat. African Americans are mad that white guys are starting to get all the attention. And like liberals, they simply can't handle it. But to say the globalization is to white it is nonsense, absolute nonsense. And to say white people don't support the NBA is factually incorrect.
You made the point, Dan, right? Like, he's got the color wrong. The globalization is to green the NBA, not to white it.
Right.
That's right. That's right. I mean, that's, and I'll give the globalization of the NBA one other thing. They're giving hope to a lot of people. You see a guy like Pascal Siakam, you're a kid in Africa, or Nicholas Batum. You got a bunch of guys like that. Anyway, it's ridiculous, and it should be beneath us right now, but that's the way we go. All right. The Combine is in full swing. Is this the most overrated sporting event on the calendar? And Hammer, if it is not, what is?
The Combine sucks. It does. I'm shocked the NFL hasn't moved it out of my city, our city, Coach, to try to shop it around elsewhere like they do the draft. But again, Indy's got so much to offer in terms of the medical facilities, walking distance, all that. So I get it. But if you're talking about overrated sports experiences, I would not have said this in 1986, but the NBA slam dunk contest. You got dudes out there right now winning it that don't even play in the NBA. You got dudes out there right now that not a single fan has heard of. Like, I'm not a diehard NBA guy, but I go to games. I watch them on television. I had no idea who these dudes were in this contest this past year. None. And the G League dude, Mac McClung, he was probably going to win it again had he chose to be in it. A dude in the G League. So give me the slam dunk contest. Take that thing out back and go Old Yeller on it.
There you go. What do you say, Danny?
The answer is yes. The NFL Combine is absolutely the most overrated sporting event on the entire calendar. And I tried to think of like what even measures up to it. Hammer's answer is okay, but I don't think the dunk contest is rated highly enough right now to be overrated. I think the consensus is that it sucks. I think people actually still look at the Combine, but I started to think about like what is an overrated event on the sports calendar, and they all revolve around the NFL because the NFL is the only sport that really keeps itself relevant 12 months out of the year, and to do that, you have to make stuff that's irrelevant seem relevant, and that's where we get the Combine, the Pro Bowl. Everything revolves around the NFL as far as the overrated aspects, but it is 100% the Combine. I don't care how fast you can run in a straight line with no one else on the field, not wearing pads. The best way to tell if someone's going to be a good football player is watch them play football.
Danny, you make a really good point. I was going to say the most overrated event is the McDonald's All-Star Game, but it's not rated that high. And frankly, the NFL Combine is pretty much treated like the Super Bowl. You have Radio Row, you have McAfee's show there, you have all NFL Network has a setup there, ESPN Sports Center there. So to be overrated, you got to be highly rated. And I don't think that the McDonald's All-American Game or the NHL All-Star Game that they used to have is rated enough to put it. So I agree with both of you, but Danny, your point is absolutely right. You got to be rated highly to be overrated.
Now, does this have to be an annual event, or could we have the opening ceremony of the Olympics enter the chat here? Because the opening ceremony of the Olympics, my wife and I were talking about this. It's like when you make a road trip. You're excited at first. Oh, let's go. And then about an hour into it, you realize you still got 40 more countries to go before you hear the United States, and you're going back to watch reruns of Landman or something. Then you check back in later on. And usually, if you're lucky, you get some weird art from the host country where dudes are wearing spandex and doing some inappropriate stuff. Maybe there's a little gay involved. Maybe there's not. But the opening ceremony of the Olympics, another one that I think absolutely has to be discussed.
Let me throw one out at you. And I get it. The finals are great. Okay? I get it. But is the World Cup incredibly overrated? Because who wants to watch Uganda take on whoever? And everybody gets excited. We got the World Cup. We're going to play it in Dallas and St. Louis and L.A. Danny, could you put the World Cup? I get the final. I do. I get the final. But in the United States, as we work towards the World Cup, could we put that in there, Danny?
I wouldn't. I'm going to be honest, because I don't watch any soccer at all, except when it comes to the World Cup. Like, I'll watch countries compete in any team sport. I'll watch countries compete in freaking curling once every 4 years. I love the international competition. I like the international team competition is my favorite thing. So I'm not putting any of those on the list.
You're not going. What do you think, Hammer?
I think I caught a little Howard Dean out of you a second ago. We're going to Dallas. We're going to St. Louis. We're going to Chicago. All I needed was the screen out of you
reference.
There, yeah.
That's a dated reference. And the dated references are the good references. All right, here we go. Chicago Bears to Hammond, Indiana. Smart move or betrayal by Chicago? Or is this just a leverage play? What would the fallout be for both the Chicago identity and the economy? I think it's you, Hammer, first.
I still would be shocked if Chicago didn't come up with a deal. That was kind of the thought all along. But you know what? Good on Indiana for putting the screws to those morons in Chicago. They've got a dumb governor. They've got an even dumber mayor. When you look at that combo of Pritzker and Johnson, sweet Jesus, I don't know if you get much worse than that. Maybe Tim Walz and Glenn Fry in Minnesota. But good on Indiana. I don't think they realistically thought this would be a thing, but they did the legwork. They got it through the House. The bill's sitting on Governor Mike Braun's desk right now. And listen, no politician in Chicago wants to be known as the one that lost the Bears to the state of Indiana, even if it's only 20 minutes away. They don't want to do that. Good on Indiana for driving up that cost to those weasels in Chicago.
What do you think, Danny?
I think I'm tired of talking about this. I feel like this has been a topic on this show and shot clock violation like 3 or 4 times now. I don't care. You guys care so much because it's your area. I don't care. Like, I don't care where the Bears play football. It doesn't matter to me. I don't know why you guys care so much. Like, who gives a flying bleep? I'm just ready to be done talking about it. The only thing that I find interesting, and I'll give my colleague Armando Salguero tons of credit for this, great take. It's just another example of a business moving out of a blue run place into a red run place because it's better to do business where the states are red.
I think we've only talked about it once. We were scheduled to talk about it again.
We have legitimately never talked about this. This is legitimately from Davey.
No, it is absolutely come up.
This is legitimately. Hold on.
I will prove that it's come up.
This is legitimate. You prove it because Davey just texted me, Danny Z cannot count. This is literally the first time. And I will tell you why I am involved in it, not because of where I'm from, because I know the players. My brother is very involved in it. Tom McDermott, the mayor, is a friend. So I want to see this. I think it's fascinating. And this is the only time, first time we have ever talked about it per our producer, Davey. So don't bring that noise to me. ESPN has decided no more baseball. No more Sunday night baseball for whatever the reason. I'm not getting into the reason. I'm getting into what it's being replaced. Women's Sports Sundays spotlighting top WNBA and NWSL. I had to look that up. I guess that's a women's soccer league. Is that the right move to grow women's sports? Or is it a risky decision that will hurt the ratings? What do you think, Danny?
I know everyone's expecting us to just crap all over this decision and say it's ridiculous, but here's the truth of the matter. ESPN lost baseball. Like, there are people portraying this as though they're replacing baseball with women's sports because they think that's better business. Like, no, they lost the rights to baseball, so they had to replace it with something. And the fact of the matter is, what the hell else are you going to replace it with on a Sunday night in the middle of summer? There's nothing else going on in the sports world. So they didn't really have a choice. You're still always better going with live sports over another studio program. Really, the only thing going on in the summer is WNBA, and I guess this women's soccer league. They're not going to do well, but I'm not going to bash ESPN for taking the only live sports property they had in the summer and putting it into a space where they no longer have live sports.
I think that's fair. What do you got, Hammer?
Yeah, is it good to grow women's sports? Sure. The more you can put it on television, you can say that it's growing. Is it good for business for ESPN? Well, we're going to find out. If you're telling me they're going to have Caitlin Clark on every single Sunday night competing against Major League Baseball, I think they'll get some good numbers out of that. But like Danny Z said, they've got to have something. ESPN yesterday, at one point in their day part, had a WWE Elimination Chamber preview special. Scripted professional wrestling preview special on ESPN. So you can't tell me that they've got all these shows lined up that they just expect to bring in. They're kind of limping to the finish line right now.
Yeah, I saw that. Hey, Danny, I'll go with you first. Is Caitlin Clark still a thing? Still a really massive thing?
You know, I'm so glad you brought that up because not really, right? Like, I haven't heard a word out of her. I feel like the hype is definitely dying down. And I tell you what, guys, if the WNBA fumbles this and they end up like not playing this year because of this labor dispute or it gets pushed off, like that could be the end. Like, I think they are all overplaying their cards right now.
What do you think, Hammer?
It depends on how she plays. If she comes out and starts hitting logo threes and she looks like the Caitlin Clark that we saw at Iowa, people will start paying attention again. I think a lot of people kind of forgot about her because she was injured most of last year and the whole thing was kind of a mess. But if she comes out and starts balling on people, like remember the opening game of WNBA last year, she had a great game, knocked Angel Reese right on her ass to the floor, kind of gave her a mean mug, stood over her. People paid attention to that. They were into it. If she brings that back, I think we got a ball game again here.
Yeah, I agree. But I think right now, all right, let me ask you guys, I haven't really followed this. Is it a good thing that the WNBA has been quiet, Danny? You know, we haven't heard anything. Is that a good thing for the WNBA? It means they're getting down to brass tacks. Or is that a bad thing, meaning we're getting ready to forget about them?
Yeah, I don't know if we haven't heard anything. I mean, they're trying to make this labor dispute a thing. Like ESPN is covering it. Like
I haven't heard.
I mean, you want to talk about most overrated thing on the calendar? It might be this WNBA labor dispute that I don't think anyone gives two shits about. I don't know. I mean, did you guys know that the 3-on-3 Unrivaled is going on right now? Like, no one's talking about that. I mean, the ratings for that, I did a story on it. They're still trying to pump this up as like Unrivaled was going to be this thing that was going to force the WNBA to finally start paying its players. And sure, they're tucking tons of cash at these women. But go look at the ratings for Unrivaled, guys. It is bad. And when I say bad, I mean, think of how bad you think it is. It's worse.
And to bring it full circle here, Coach, it's just like what we talked about in the opening question here, the Democrats. When they open up their mouths, people don't like them. They don't know how to just keep their mouth shut sometime and let people embrace who they are. They often grab defeat from the jaws of victory. The WNBA and the Democrats do the same thing. All the Democrats have to do, stand up for victims of crime and clap. Clap and stand up for Team USA. And then you can ride to the midterms and dominate. But they can't do that. Same thing with the WNBA. You get this golden goose. You get this rivalry given to your league. You beat her up. You knock her down. You threaten to go on strike. Just shut the hell up and let people like you.
Appreciate you guys. Thanks. That's fun always. Have a great week. There they are. My favorite segment of the week. That and what's coming up here with the great Joe Kinsey. Screencaps coming up next. I've missed Joe Kinsey. I missed Jason Ellenhammer. And I missed Danny Z. Make sure you check Danny Z out all over Outkick.com. And make sure, download the app, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, 93.1 WIBC. You know it. You love it. You can't get enough of it. It's hot women, fast cars, and good eats. Joe Kinsey joining. He's the man. When you see content like that, guess what? That's Joe Kinsey. Joe, I'm Catholic. It's Friday. I can't eat meat. I gave up swearing, and if I swear, I got to put $1 in a swear jar, and it's going to end up going to probably St. Simon Catholic School over here. I don't know if you're Catholic or not, but what would you give up for Lent if you had to?
Oh man, Dan, I'm not Catholic, but I would give up beer, Dan. I would give up beer for Lent. I'm committed. You gave up cursing. I mean, that's big in your world. I'm going to give up beer.
Oh. Joe, I think there's about 65 singles in here. It's only been a week. It's only been like, I'm trying legitimately. All right, Jose, Screencaps. I'm looking. Who we got here? We got Cherokee Luger. Who is she?
Let's see.
Oh, boy. All right.
Yeah. Yeah. And the first thing that stood out for Cherokee was the name Cherokee. You just don't see it within the Instagram world, Dan. I saw Cherokee pop up, and I'm like, great name. I am going to get her into the mix. I mean, look, it's bikini season. You love to see the ladies pop out the bikinis because spring break is here. But I am all about the name. I love the name Cherokee. It reminds me of strip clubs, Dan. It reminds me of going to a NASCAR race and you walk up to a party and the first woman that you meet is named Cherokee. I mean, you don't know whether she's Native American or going to scalp your ass. I love it, Dan. Cherokee is a winner this week.
I just want, if I walk up to a NASCAR event, I don't care if her name is Cherokee or Mary. If a girl comes up to me, we're drinking Busch Light or whatever the hell, Natty Light. That's I'm at a NASCAR event. Your name is Cherokee. Let's go. Natty Light. You can go a lot of way with this. Yeah. This next lady's name, you can go a lot of way. Jordy Dix. I mean, you do whatever you want with it. I choose not to. Wow. I mean, that's, we got to eat a little more maybe. I don't know. But we got tools. We got whatever that is across the top, whatever that is, a little around the waist, Joe. I ain't mad at tool time.
Yeah, Dan, first of all, I don't know what the algorithm's telling me this week. Cherokee and Jordy Dix. I mean, I'm all about the names this week. It's big. But I got to tell you, as soon as I saw all the power tools come out, the sledge, Dan, I was like, who is this? I got to find out. I think she's Australian, Dan. It's summer down in Australia, and the content is hot right now. But, Dan, anytime these Instagram models can mix it up with power tools, anything dangerous like a sledgehammer, I need that content because it mixes up the eye, Dan. Your eye is so used to seeing bikinis and the same thing over and over. When Jordy Dix showed up with power tools and a sledge, I said game over. Instantly, she goes into Screencaps, and she's now a conversation piece.
Yeah, there you go, and I ain't mad about it. I ain't mad about it at all. There's nothing to be mad about. I love it. I love a little bit something different, Joe. And you know what? Give me a little different, and let's go. Kelsey G. Johnson. What do you got? Oh, that's fundamental. Maybe she just put a different bikini on because I see a lot of tan lines, Joe.
Yeah, tan lines. It's spring break. Ladies are working on the tan lines. Dan, I'm all about the landscaping. When I see bikini photos like this, yes, there is a bikini photo, but it is landscaping. Dan, this week we we brought back Thursday Night Mowing League. When I see landscaping, green grass, bikini models, I instantly think summer, backyard. I can't tell Kelsey thank you enough for getting the Thursday Night Mowing League, Dan. It's back in my bloodstream. You can feel it kicking in. The grass is starting to grow. Thank you, Kelsey.
That is a new look. In fact, the grass in between the concrete or the pavers is a new thing. In fact, we're doing some work around the house, and my wife presented that kind of look. Not that big, little smaller grass area. But you know what? Good for her, man. Yeah. Let's get outside, Joe. We've been inside a long time, Joe. We've seen Veronica. Yeah. We've seen Veronica a lot. I've seen Veronica.
Yeah.
I like Veronica.
Rajek, she's Slovakian, I believe. She's not been around much lately, Dan. I don't know what my algorithm is trying to do. I don't know what it's up to. But now Veronica is back. She, you might remember, she's a big Tom Brady fan, loves American football, but she's Slovakian. Longest legs in the game, by the way, Dan. Whenever Veronica shows up, I'm like, she has to be like 6'5" and can dunk in the WNBA. I think she's like 5'11". It's all how they present it. It's the pumps they put on, Dan. She's all legs, and that's what she's known for.
There you go. Nothing wrong with Veronica. When Veronica shows up, you know what, Joe?
Yeah.
We're kind of happy. You know what? This is a happy day, Joe, because, again, we're outside. We've seen Hannah C. Palmer as well, haven't we?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yep, Hannah C. Palmer.
Oh.
Classic, Dan. You know, one of the problems right now is that AI is creating all these Instagram models, and you don't know who is an Instagram model and who's a bot, right? I know that Hannah C. Palmer was around pre-AI. She is AI, whatever they're creating out of AI. I don't even know where the hell they create these images, but she is pre, and that's why I get her in the mix. I want guys to remember that there are Instagram models that aren't fake, Dan. I need them to know that there is a reality out there. These women do exist.
Yeah. What's the last thing, Joe?
I have no idea.
What we got? Oh, jeez. Come on, people.
I mean, listen,
Get
Dan.
Huge.
Novelty gifts. You know you're going to be golfing soon. You're going to be out there with the guys. You guys are going to be talking all sorts of craziness. You pop one of these in your buddy's, right there on his seat. And you know what? Maybe not for the guys. Maybe it's a couples thing. You give. I don't know, Dan. I don't know how your golf buddies are, but make America hard again. Make rec ball great again. I stand for both of them, Dan. Let's do it all.
Yeah, everything. Let's just bring it all home here, Joe.
Make it all great. Make it all great.
Yeah, Joe. Real quick, your pick right now, and you have a chance to amend this right now. Your pick to win the NCAA basketball title.
Oh, give me Duke. They beat Michigan last week, right? All the Michigan people, they piped down, Dan. They shut their mouths. They've been running high. Give me Duke. I hate Michigan. You know that. I would never in my wildest dreams think Michigan was going to win the national title. Screw the Big Ten. Give me Duke.
All right, there you go. There he is, ladies and gentlemen. Check him out every day, Outkick.com. Thanks, Joe. He's the great Joe Kinsey. Hey, we appreciate everybody that has watched our show all week. What a monster week. Man, we had Kid from Kid and Play, Boomer Esiason doubling down, Joe Kinsey. We had a great week. Thanks to all of our great staff. We'll be back at it on Monday.